Next up is the kettlebell bent press. Now, there's several variations of this, and everyone's body is going to be a little bit different. But the key to the bent press is to get heavier load overhead. So even though it's called a bent press, you're not actually pressing the weight out, you're getting underneath it. So it requires shoulder mobility, hip mobility, very good T-spine mobility. So you're gonna like twist underneath the weight until it's overhead. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. And again, there are regressions for this, which I'll show you after I show you the bent press. Another thing that you'll see is some people do a little bit more of a squat version and some people do a little bit more of a windmill version. That's what I was meaning, is depends on your body and your movement pattern to vary which one is going to be best for you. So get the bell into the rack position. From here, we're gonna narrow our stance and rotate our feet like we did in the windmill. So loading that back leg. Again, I'm gonna use the elbow, bent elbow, just like I did in the windmill. So from here, I'm gonna take this hand, I want my forearm to stay vertical, but I don't want this bell touching my shoulder. I'm gonna actually get that out away from me. But I'm gonna do that by really loading my lat. So I want you to kind of orbit that bell back behind you so that it's away from you, nice and tight right there, okay? So you should feel your lat here when this is in the right position. So we're not bringing it in towards our body, it's away from us. Then from here, I'm gonna drive into that hip, and then I'm gonna get underneath the weight, and then I'll stand up once it's overhead. So again, rotate until it's straight. Again, okay, now a little bit quicker. Okay, so if you've never done bent press, let me show you where to start. You need to get comfortable getting underneath the weight so that you're not trying to press it out overhead. That's a natural movement that we've done forever, right? We've done military press or push press, any of those things where we're used to using our strength, but we want to lift heavier here. And these are very light bells for this skill. I can tell you bent presses look much better and are actually easier with a heavier load, okay? But for the purpose of this progression, don't go heavy here. What I want you guys to think about is you're gonna be in this half kneeling position, kind of windshield wipe the back leg as if you were doing a get up. But then the key is, instead of having the bell overhead, you're gonna have it right in that rack position, okay? You're going to put it out on your hip, nice vertical arm again. I'm going to reach down to the ground, and then the way that I'm gonna get underneath the weight, so I'm not pressing it, is I'm gonna lower to this elbow until I'm underneath that weight. So the weight's here, and come up. So make sure that you guys try with a really light weight, get the movement pattern down, and possibly have someone spot you, okay? Hope you guys enjoy.